The support I received from AAUW was not only financial, but it was just a huge vote of confidence as I stepped into this next chapter of my life. And so I thought I'd share just a little bit about the story and the work that I was able to do because of AAUW support. So my first year in my graduate program at Stanford, I took a course called Design for Extreme Affordability. That was all about creating low-cost technologies for people living on less than $1 a day. And the challenge posed to me and my team was to build a baby incubator that cost less than 1% of the cost of a traditional incubator, which in the US is about $20,000. What my team and I discovered was that 15 million preterm and underweight babies are born every year around the world, and that 2.3 million babies die within the first 28 days of their life, which is 4 babies every minute. One of the biggest problems these babies face is just staying warm. Because they don't have enough body fat to regulate their temperature. And that's the primary function of an incubator. But what we discovered was that incubators were not only expensive, they were very difficult to use, and they required constant electricity, which is an issue in many developing countries where these babies are being born. And so what my team and I developed is the Embrace incubator. It looks nothing like an incubator. It looks like a little sleeping bag for a baby. The core technology is a little pouch of wax that sits in the back of the sleeping bag. So it's a wax that when melted maintains the exact same temperature of 98 degrees for up to 6 hours at a stretch. And you can reheat that wax thousands of times. And that both is less than 1% of the cost of a traditional incubator, but can be distributed all over the world into areas that have, very low resources and electricity constraints. And that's our very first customer. And through this journey, I've had the chance to just get support from some incredible people. I've been recognized by President Obama at the White House. We received funding from Beyonce, which allowed us to get our product into 9 countries across sub-Saharan Africa. And I'll just share one story of a baby that's been impacted. So right after we launched our product about 12 years ago, we started working with an orphanage in Beijing. And a day after we delivered our product, they called us up saying they had found a 2-pound baby who was abandoned on a street. They kept him in our incubator for weeks, and he survived. 7 months later, I got to visit this orphanage and hold this little boy in my arms. And they told me it was the first time a baby of that size had ever survived in the orphanage. Shortly after this photo was taken, I received an email from a family in Chicago telling me they had adopted this little boy and that they were traveling to Beijing that summer to bring him home. And so here he is with his adopted family in Beijing, in Chicago. And, what's so special about this story is that often we don't get to keep track of the babies we help with our incubators, but Nathan lives here in Chicago. And so I get to watch him grow up, and I'm in constant touch with his family. And he's truly living testament to why I've done this work for so many years. Actually, last year, he came and visited me. Him and his family came and visited me in Honolulu, where I live. And so he went surfing with me. I'm obsessed with surfing. And it was just such a surreal moment to think about holding him in an orphanage 12 years ago, and then to him surfing with me in Hawaii so many years later. And so this has just been a story that's really touched my heart and represents so many of the babies we've helped. Embrace's work is now being used in places like Ukraine and in places like Gaza, in Syria, all over sub-Saharan Africa. And this year we reached 1 million babies saved with our incubators, which is a really big milestone for us, not for the number itself, but also because this was the goal that we set as Stanford students back in 2007. And it took us a lot longer than we expected to get here. But the fact that we were able to do that with so much commitment and tenacity means a great deal personally to me and to our whole team. So I'll just stop sharing for a moment there. And I just want to say that this whole journey would not have been possible without AAUW, without the support that I received, both financially, but also the spirit of the organization. AAUW, as you guys know, empowers women and girls by championing their success in higher education and pushing for policies to create lasting change. And for more than 140 years, AAUW has led the fight for gender equity in education and beyond. And with a powerful track record of advocacy and action, AAUW continues to defend the rights of women, both in academia and in the workplace. And today, that mission is really more critical than ever. In the face of funding cuts, diversity rollbacks, and mounting barriers to access, the path to higher education is becoming harder to navigate. AAUW's strength really lies in its collective power, and its states, branches, and members really form this grassroots movement. And it was really, together, AAUW is rising to meet this moment in time, grounded in the belief that higher education is the catalyst for equity, for opportunity, and for economic security for all women. And I've experienced that personally, because it was through higher education that I found my voice, and I had the ability to bring this innovation to a global stage. And even more importantly, that support and my education gave me the tools to navigate a very deep journey of growth and self-discovery, which I hope will benefit other women. I have a memoir coming out in October. It's called Like a Wave, We Break, and it's sharing this whole personal story and the many lessons that I learned. But as you embark in your next chapter, if I can just share one lesson with you today, it would be this: that on this crazy journey of life, you never know what the outcome is going to be. I've had so many unexpected twists and turns in my journeys and big moments of setbacks, multiple moments where my organization nearly shut down. And what I've come to see from all of that is that we are not ultimately defined by our achievements, our external successes, or failures. What defines us is our values and the journey that we take. And I remember a high school teacher told me that the journey is more important than the destination. And it's absolutely true. You're defined by the journey that you take and also your values, right? And so to me, that's all about, are we acting with love? Are we contributing to others? And are we growing personally? And in a world that is filled with uncertainty, the only thing that is certain is uncertainty. The most important thing for you guys is your compass within. It's your integrity, it's your intentions, it's your inner truth. And so when setbacks come, which they inevitably will, just remember to return to that core and remember that even in your lowest moments, that you are enough. And your worth isn't something that you earn, it's something that you already have intrinsically. And so when you move through that world with that inner sense of worthiness that is unshakable, right, regardless of what's happening around you, that is what gives you the resilience to get through anything in life. And while your journey is uniquely your own, you are never walking in it alone, as you can see through this community. Like AAUW, I believe in the power of collective action, and I believe in each of you as agents of change. You're not just recipients, you're torchbearers. And when one woman rises, we all rise. So thank you, AAUW, for fueling the dreams and the destinations of women everywhere. And congratulations again to all of you awardees. And I cannot wait to see what you all do with this next chapter of your lives.
Thank you so much, Jane, for sharing your inspiring story, your words of wisdom, so eloquently shared. Very much appreciate you being here with us today and greeting this new cohort with these words of wisdom.
I am Kendra Garris, and I am the Senior Manager of Community Engagement on the Fellowships and Grants team. So I wanted to start out by saying again, congratulations on joining a powerful community of change makers. Becoming an awardee is just the beginning of your AAUW journey. We hope that your experience will span well beyond just your one fellowship year. And so upon completing your fellowship year, pending good status, you will receive a 1-year national membership. And that's your first step into the AAUW broader network. That membership will connect you to serve as branch leadership in your community and advocate alongside others who share in your passion for equity and justice. You'll also have the opportunity to apply for being a review panelist, helping us to select the next generation of fellows. It's a meaningful way to pay it forward and share your expertise. Our national policy team offers awardees specialized advocacy and lobby core training. I think we all know with the recent attacks on higher education, there's no better time to receive this training. It will prepare you to raise your voice on Capitol Hill and stand alongside the national team and influence real policy change. If you are in the local DMV area, this is something you definitely can take advantage of, and there'll also be some virtual training dates this fall. This is a chance to use your expertise and your lived experience to shape legislation and advocate for equity at the national level. During your fellowship year and beyond, we truly hope that you'll engage with your local branch. You'll find that they are often reaching out to you guys throughout the first year. They want to hear about your projects. They are truly excited to see what's going on in your world and at your institutions. It's an opportunity to uplift your projects and your research, connect with community leaders and partners, and engage in grassroots advocacy and outreach. I hope that you'll find that we are invested in you all well beyond just the funding of the first year. Your fellowship year is just the foundation, and continue to sustain your involvement will allow you to be part of advancing gender equity for upcoming generations. This is a lifelong partnership, and I hope that when you join the alumni community after this first year, you will continue to be involved. And so to give you an idea of the community that you will be joining post-fellowship, I want to share just a few notable alumni. So first up here, we have Dr. Maria Artadunga. She is a 2009 to 10 International Fellow. She's a physician, a scientist, and an inventor with 60 plus prizes and publications and patents. She's the founder and CEO of Same, which is the first AI-assisted platform building acoustic lung health. Next up, we have, excuse me, Dr. Melissa Harris Perry. She hosted an award-winning television show on MSNBC from 2012 to 26. She founded the Collaborative to Advance Equity Through Research, which works to improve research for women and girls of color. She was the first recipient of AAUW's Alumni Recognition Award in 2013. Dr. Iguala, she's a 1977 to 78 International Fellow and serves as Director in General of the World Trade Organization. She was also the recipient of the Alumni Recognition Award in 2021. And then lastly, Dr. Claudine Gay is a 2003-2004 American Fellow. And in 2023, she became the first Black president of Harvard University. So this is just an idea to show you the prestige of your award and the community that you will be joining. I encourage you all to lean into this community, to share your voice and your expertise, and know that AAUW is here to amplify your impact, both during your fellowship year and well beyond. You all are joining at a history-making year. This will be the first year we are hosting the Alumni Recognition Award in person this fall. If you are in the DMV area or will be in town, we would love for you all to join us in person. You can look out for dates and invitations to come in your first newsletter next month. And so with that, I am going to turn it over to my colleague, Annika, to give you a brief overview and start to get to know who is in your cohort.
My name is Annika Clausen. I am a program manager at AAUW. Congratulations again. We are so excited to have you in this year's cohort. You are over 200 awardees hailing from 38 states and 33 different countries, which is pretty amazing. We've got 110 institutions represented this year. It's fantastic. In our American Fellowships program, we have 60% are women of color. We have 54% of STEM-related programs in our career development grants. 65% are first-generation college students and selected profession fellowships. These are all amazing amazing groups and amazing women who have joined this year, and we really hope, as Kendra said, that you connect with each other not just during the year but beyond your award year to get to know one another and learn about the work that you are doing this year and beyond.
Please do stay engaged. We will offer office hours. The next slide will have the information of when that is or how you can contact your program officer with further questions. There is a monthly newsletter that goes out around the 15th of every month. That is Award Essentials. That's going to be your hub for all things. Please keep an eye out for that. If you have not already joined our closed social groups, I urge you to do that. You can find updates there as well. These are the two inboxes to reach out to if you have award questions. It's going to be awards@aauw.org. If you're looking to network with some alumni or have questions about any of the offerings I uplifted at the beginning of the program today, please reach out at alumni@aauw.org. 26, 27 fellowships and grants applications are open. Please share with your networks. We are looking to increase applications. So you are like walking AAUW representatives at this point. We would love if you can share. You can do the next slide, please, Isabella. Office hours for International Fellows, August 25th, 4 p.m. and August 27th at noon. If you are American Fellowships, Selected Professions, or Career Development Grants, again, please reach out to the awards email. And for all international project grantees, you can reach out at the email provided here, GARRISK@aauw.org. And I am going to turn it over to Hortensia to close us out.
Great. Thank you, Kendra. As we wrap up today's program, I just want to thank you all for your enthusiasm and the connections that you've already begun to make. This is just the start of your journey as AAUW Fellows and Grantees. Throughout the year, we do encourage you to stay engaged, as Kendra's highlighted, by joining other events, networking opportunities, and AAUW spaces. This is an incredible community, as I'm sure you've seen. As one way to celebrate this new cohort, we invite you to submit a photo for a virtual cohort collage, a visual reminder of what an inspiring group you are. If you'd like to do that, you can go ahead and send it to that address on the screen in front of you, awards@aauw.org. And do remember, you are not only awardees, you truly are ambassadors of AAUW in your institutions, communities, in the fields in which you're pursuing. You represent our shared mission of advancing equity for women and girls. We are so proud to welcome you into this network and can't wait to see the impact you'll have moving forward. So congratulations again, and thank you for being with us today.